What? She's casually looking at titties. You know what she reminds me of? Bayonetta. Yo, is he in a mosh pit right now? Why is he headbanging? If all of the abilities are this cool though, we are in for a wild time. So after having arguably the shittiest episode last week with a plunger full of fecal matter thrown into the face of a man who probably could have beat you otherwise, I'm glad to see that the trashy aspect of the show remains, because trash beasts using magical items, that opens up a large possibility. Make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe if you're new around here on Patreon so we catch my full live reactions. So, for essentially a setup episode, they didn't need to drop like a 6-minute fight. I don't even know how long that thing was, but that was good. It starts off so little, I'm like, oh, you know, what those little horse things remind me of. It's like those, you know, the kids will like put in a quarter or whatever to rock back and forth. Like, they used to have them all over the place before the world went to shit. And then it escalates. I'm like, okay, that's a big boy. Yeah, that's definitely, oh, there's a dozen of them. That's going to be a great fight. Couple dozen wildebeests, let's do this. And then it just becomes that thing. And what's so crazy is that you have this psychotic woman, Reaper over here. I can't tell you what she's thinking. All I know is that she's the type of woman your mother would warn you about. And let me just say, if you ever come into contact with someone who gives you that much danger vibes, like, I'm not saying she doesn't also give off the thrill vibes. Of course she does. Just always remember these wise words I'm about to tell you. Never bring her home to where you live. Go back to her place. Because this is the type of person you don't want them to know where you live. Because at some point you're going to realize that the thrill is not worth it when you're waking up either in jail. They'll probably start with a tattoo you don't want. Let's be honest. But yeah, that's the type of woman who could easily ruin your life. Also could have fun. It's just don't bring them back to your place, trust me. She is wild because she's basically Bayonetta mixed with the Kill la Kill MC. She first takes her scissors and attaches it to her boot, and then she's kicking and stabbing, and I'm like, okay, well, I mean, close enough. Welcome back, Bayonetta. And then she starts fighting like the MC from Kill la Kill, and I gotta admit, I had my doubts about scissors. Like, I assumed they were gonna work, but I figured it would be more of like a, I don't know, like I'm thinking unlimited blade works, like maybe they'd be raining down or something. No, she just made that shit into a large sword, bro. And I love too how she's just like, I don't know how I'm gonna defeat me. It's fine though. It's training, it's fine. Like, that's her whole mood. I'm like, bro, you don't even know if you can defeat this thing, and you're fine with it. The coolest part about the whole thing was the fact that they didn't punish the MC for not being good. So, obviously he's new to this whole thing, but I'm so used to these characters having a stick up their ass being like, oh, why should we have this guy with us? He's useless, or you're good enough. No, for her, it's just, watch and learn, bozo. This is gonna be fun. And then you have these other two who don't have powers. They're just purely built out of muscle and manhood. And at no point are they like, screw this kid. No, they're like, hey, we got you, boss. Oh, you saved me? I saved... Like, there's an element of family already. And despite the fear that Rudo had, because he tries to use his ability at one point, and it kind of goes haywire because he forgets how to use it, and he almost neuters the poor bastard. And he would have had every right to be, like, skeptical of Rudo going forward. No, he's fine with him still. It seems small, but it goes a long way to immediately give a sense of family and cooperation in a group that apparently has like 100 members. Now, not all 100 members are clearly going to have, like, you know, magical items and the abilities to do like what the super soldiers can do. But the fact that the cleaners, even the ones without abilities, are clearly useful and meaningful. We started the show off with this man losing the one element of family he had, and who he thought was a close friend betraying him. He has every right to be skeptical as hell of any interaction going forward, and from pretty much the get-go, they're sucker punching him into almost submission to saying, wait a second, maybe people can be trusted. It's a really engaging story hook and character motivation overall. Is characters like the Reaper crazy as hell? 100%. But thankfully, she seemingly only wants to stab trash monsters for the time being. And I guess as long as there's trash monsters to stab, you know, you're not going to get stabbed, probably. There's a lot to this world, man. The initial opening shot of this episode, it was basically a cross of Trigun meets Samurai Champloo music, and just the atmosphere and everything was just so good. And the woman who, I guess her ability is to kind of scout and like she can read in, see potential, see flaws, blah blah blah. Our first impression of her, she's reading a nudie magazine, just tits for days on those pages, and I'm like, okay, glorious. She's basically like a Gen Z though, because like I assume she's young, but she also looks old because of her hair. And there's quite a few like it's really interesting when you look at like the Gen Z, like especially younger Gen Zs. I don't know why they look 40 and 50 anymore, but they do. And that's kind of, it's her hair, like her like either she's the most well-aged elderly person, or she's just young with an old hairstyle. I don't know which, but I do love her though, no matter what. She seems fantastic. And then you got Engine just can't stop laughing. Like, so he had shit on his neck, and he still like, this man's never gonna fight with a plunger again, and rightfully so. But Engine is gonna call him the shit kid going forward for life. I can already tell. He's got that trollish big brother energy, and I'm here for it. She definitely saw something in him, though, other than what she examined. I almost wonder if it's a fear of either he's going to be absolute chaos or the strongest warrior we've ever had. There's no in between. That's kind of the vibe I got, but I mean, time will tell. But the production was insane again. Like, they didn't need to cook as hard as they did for that fight. Like, the initial, like, when the beasts are walking through the forest, very obvious 3D, but still looks cool. It looks mechanical, odd, otherworldly. I like it. But it pretty much past that moment, it's like perfection animation. Like, there's nothing to complain about. The camera work, the cinematography, the detail to everything, and then the bombshell that the reason this thing was so different was that it seemingly was using an object similar to the way they do. Which, based on that reaction, I don't think that's ever happened before, and if that's the case, that means now we have to fight trash monsters, potentially having superhuman abilities that are, and we can only destroy them if we find their sacred object. That actually opens up a lot of possibilities. And yes, makes the show trashier, but this is the only show where you can get away unironically saying the trashier it is, the better it is. Because the more trash they dive into, the deeper of webs of world building they can explore. This show's amazing, it's fantastic, I have zero complaints about it, and I'm so happy it's a 2-core. Let me know your thoughts down below, make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe if you're new around here, of course. Patreon is where I catch my full live reactions and other exclusives like, hey, I give video shoutouts to all my patrons. So today we got Earl888, Austin Citizen, Nicholas Geischer, Eric Cheeks Robinson, Gaius, Shareable Cockras, Brian Mifsud, and we also have Waka866. I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.